We just got done with Halloween here in Louisville 2023. So we're going to talk about something even scarier than ghouls and goblins. Taxes, that's right. I'm Neal Cox with Judah Real Estate Group, right here in beautiful Louisville, Kentucky. Taxes are, of course, normally a complex topic, but with different agencies and different policies and stuff, depending on where you live, it can be especially complicated. So first, property taxes. Property taxes are a major source of cash for local agencies. Local governments use them to fund things like schools, libraries, some other things. Property taxes are calculated by you multiply the assessed value, whatever they say your home is worth, of your property by the tax rate. So the assessed value, it's determined by the Jefferson County PVA, which is the Property Valuation Administrator. Normally, it's not the same as market value. Sometimes when you sell, they update your assessed value to the sales price, but a lot of times it's way lower than market value. And the tax rate is set by each taxing jurisdiction, city, county, school district, things like that. But of course, you've got different areas in Louisville, and each of these different areas will have their own taxing jurisdiction. Some of the most common areas and their tax rates, like the city of Louisville proper. So Louisville and Jefferson County are merged, but you still have Old City and the urban district, they call it, and that's 0.1240 per $100 of assessed value. So essentially, you take your sales price, divide by 100, multiply by 0.1240. There's your City of Louisville tax. You've got JCPS, Jefferson County Public Schools, 0.76 per $100 of assessed value. And then the Urban Service District, which is that is things like trash, sewer, things like that, 0.344 per $100. And then Louisville Downtown Management District, it's a smaller downtown thing. There's just more to maintain down there, so 0.0831 per $100. None of that's super important to know because, you know, if you haven't moved here, you don't have a value to multiply by anything. And those change from time to time too. So in addition to city, county, and school, though, there's other agencies that can levy property taxes in Louisville. Things like Jefferson County Fire and EMS, Metro Parks and Recreation, flood control. None of those are very expensive, but they all just kind of get folded into everything. And a lot of places have homestead exemptions, and we've got a homestead exemption that you can apply for. It's a tax break for homeowners. It allows you to exempt a portion of your property's assessed value from property taxes. It depends on your age and income, and to be honest, I've never been old enough to qualify. I don't know what all is involved in getting a homestead exemption in Jefferson County. Probably just a Google search. It's just not something I have done anything with. I guess you contact the PVA. You can apply online or in person or mail, I guess, too. And any questions about property taxes, that's going to be the PVA, although the sheriff's office is who collects them, which I think is super weird. Like, if you want to find out a tax bill on an old property, well, let's go to the sheriff's website. I don't know, but that's how it is. You also, on your property taxes, you get discounts that are pretty decent if you pay early. 2% off, 1% off, I think, like a month early, 2 months early, that kind of thing. If you're struggling to pay your property taxes, there's some assistance program too. Contact PVA or Louisville Metro Revenue Commission for more info on that. There is help, though. home rule class cities, which we have covered to some degree on this channel, are an interesting wrinkle in Louisville. They're left over from before the city and county merged. So you've got these little tiny cities that were out in the county, and the city itself was a small portion of the county. But when they merged, part of the agreement was to let those home rule class cities stay in operation. So it's a little city within inside a city. They have the authority to levy their own city taxes, in addition to county and school district taxes that's on all property in the county. And then some of the most common city taxes that are levied on home rule class cities, you can have occupational license tax levied on businesses and individuals that do certain occupations or activities within the city limit. Heads up, real estate is one of those occupations. There's a restaurant tax levied on food and beverage sales at restaurants. There's a hotel tax. The tax is levied on overnight stays at hotels and motels. Admission tax, tickets on sporting events and concerts and other things like that. In addition to some of those general taxes, home rule class cities, they can levy other type of taxes: payroll taxes, income taxes, property taxes. But the taxes that are charged in a particular jurisdiction, be it the county or a city, it will vary depending on the budget and the needs. Of course, there's several other taxes that you can expect to pay as a resident here. Income tax, very hard to get out of that, of course. Income tax, Kentucky has a flat income tax rate. I think it's 5%. It's either 5 or 4%. And the reason that I'm not exactly sure of the Kentucky income tax is because they're working on eliminating it. The legislature has a plan to phase it out. I think the governor is on board, but not fully. So it's kind of a question. So it's at 4 or 5% and getting lower as we speak. Residents in the city also pay a city income tax with a rate of 2.6%. I do think it's a good thing if we can eliminate that income tax. Maybe Kentucky needs to talk to the feds. Real quick, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does help a lot. And click the little bell icon so you can get notified when a new video drops on the channel. If you're really thinking of making a move to Louisville, go one step further and reach out. You can call, you can text, you can email, or of course, sound that bugle, because we are going to be off to the races to make your move to Louisville a smooth one. So some other various taxes that residents pay: sales tax. Kentucky has a sales tax rate of 6%. When I was a kid, it was 5%. And I always liked that because it was just super easy to calculate. 5, 10, 15, 20, 6%. Not super hard, just not as round. You also have a fuel tax of 26.2 cents per gallon of gas, 25.2 on diesel. That's just baked into that price you see at the pump. You got vehicle registration tax. It's based on the weight and the age and the condition. Well, no, not the condition, the make and model and all that kind of stuff. If you smoke, they tack on 55 cents per pack in Kentucky. And then you've got an alcohol tax that varies depending on the type of alcohol. And then, of course, you've got federal taxes and income tax, Social Security, Medicare tax, all that. So it's true that the specific taxes that a resident of Louisville pays will be different depending on their individual circumstance. Residents who own a business may be subject to additional taxes, business income tax and employment taxes. But if you want to get into the weeds about what all taxes are happening, revenue.ky.gov, Kentucky Revenue Department, and the Louisville Metro Revenue louisvilleky.gov/government/revenue-commission. That's not a good one. It's definitely worth noting, though, that compared to other states and jurisdictions, our taxes here are on par or below average with other states in the nation, especially if we eliminate that income tax. So let's pray that we get that income tax. I rarely hear about people being overburdened with taxes in Kentucky or Louisville specifically. So just know, pretty decent little tax advantages here. Goes kind of right along with cost of living and stuff like that. If I didn't cover something or you've got a question, reach out. You can call, text. You can even just comment on the video too, and I can say something. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Check out our other videos. I'll see you next time.